Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to answer a very important question that one of you asked me. I'm going to get right into it. One of you asked me, and I think this is an excellent question, is wouldn't it be better if you just had one full-time job with benefits rather than all these side hustles? Because it feels kind of like you're juggling and things like that. I'm going to address that today. I'm going to talk to you about different ways that you can make money. I'm also going to chat with you guys about pros and cons of basically being an independent contractor like myself, because I'm not a business owner. Independent contractor and business owner are different. And also being an employee. What are some pros and cons? And so I'm going to get right into it. Okay, so the benefit of having a quote job, depending who you work with, is if you get a quote, what I call a good job, maybe you work for the state, you're a teacher, something like that, and you have a good benefit package, which means you might have a pension, for example, so you could actually retire and get paid, a monthly amount, whatever that may be, depending on the job. And you get health insurance provided, maybe other types of insurance as well. You also get paid vacation, raises, things like that. Now, that's not a really good job. Those are all really positive. The downside to a job, let's say you love your job. The downside is that you would accrue, travel time going back and forth depending how far it is. So you're going to have wear and tear of the car and costs that associate. But if the job's good paying, then it's definitely worth it. So this is the only downside I see to that, is if you have a job where maybe your job's been outsourced to somewhere else, the company closes and you lose your job, all of your eggs are in one basket. And then, unless you have some kind of what I call, plan where they give you a certain amount of money before you leave the company. Some companies will do that, but I've actually known of people that the company closed and they didn't even end up getting their retirement out or any of that. I mean, the company filed bankruptcy and they got nothing. So that can happen. I'm not saying it will, but it could. So that would be the downside. But there are a lot of benefits to having a full-time job, especially paid vacation. You work certain hours. If you work a 9 to 5, you've got your weekends off, you got your evenings off. I mean, there could be a lot of benefits to that too. And in addition to that, if you want to do a side hustle on the side, you definitely could, because many times if you have a full-time job, you probably have a set schedule. Now, independent contractor, there's good news with that and downside. The downside with independent contractor is you get no benefits and no vacation. It's kind of like you're a farmer. You're always on. You don't ever have a certain time that you take off, and you're always looking for the next side hustle and making sure that you're making enough money. A lot of times you have to have several side hustles, so that can be kind of problematic, but you can make some decent money having all of these side hustles if you have a lot of skills and you've accrued a lot of skills. There's a lot of flexibility. So if you want to go to the doctor, you don't have to ask anybody. You can create your own sleeping schedule of when to get up, when not to get up. I love working from home, less travel. You don't have to buy any special wardrobe. You can eat at home, and so you can save money that way. So there's some real benefits with that. The downside is you don't have benefits and you don't have any kind of retirement and no matching. Like one of my friends, she works at a company that they match whatever she, puts in. And so there's pros and cons to both. So you have to weigh pros and cons and look at what you think is best for you. Now, if you are an independent contractor and let's say you start being an entrepreneur in your 20s, as long as you start investing early and living below your means, let's say you want to retire when you're 62, you may be able to do that with some careful planning. Now, the type 4 ways to make money would be typical, number 1, job. Number 2, independent contractor. That's what I do. Number 3, own a business. And number 4, real estate. Now, those are 4 things that came off the top of my head. There's probably more, but those are the 4 basics. There's all different ways to make money. There are times I wish I just had one job and then did YouTube on the side. It would be lovely to have paid vacation and retirement and pension and all that. But there's also a lot of things I love about being an independent contractor as well. So there's pros and cons of both. Let me know what you guys think. I always love to hear from you. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, appreciate you, and email me any video ideas. Love you. Bye.